doing another live today, but in a different location. So yesterday and the day before, or actually I've done the past couple of lives that I've done, were in Santa Monica. And if you've checked them out, great. And if you haven't, please take a look at them. And when you come on in here, just try and like, if you will, to help the algorithm. But basically, yesterday we spoke to quite a few homeless people, and the amazing thing was that there were so many of them that actually had a real relationship with Jesus Christ, and it was so beautiful. And it just goes to show you, you've got people who are being overlooked, and they don't have monetary wealth, but yet they're rich in spirit because they've got a relationship with Jesus Christ, and they've got the joy and the peace that can only be given to you from the Holy Spirit. So you can't even put a price on something like that. These are people that are living on the street. Think about that for a minute. I was just really impressed with that, and I hope that if you're in an area where you see homeless people, that you don't just walk by them and ignore them, and don't treat them like they're invisible. I mean, you've got people out there with Jesus in their hearts. When the Lord said that we need to love our neighbors as ourselves, those truer words were never spoken. We've got to pay attention to the teachings of Jesus Christ. And when he says, what you've done, how you've treated others, basically it's like when you're treating somebody with love and respect, it's as if you're doing the same thing for the Lord. And if you walk by homeless people and you ignore them and you don't treat them like they're a child of God, guess what? Jesus Christ is going to remind you of that. That one day, when that day comes, you will be reminded of how you neglected these people. It's as if you neglected Christ himself. So just remember that, okay? We have a responsibility to the Lord. If you're walking with Christ, you've got to walk the walk. You can't have one foot in the world and one foot out. You got to be all in. And there are a lot of these people who are out there with nothing that we can point to, and yet they are rich in spirit because they've got Jesus Christ. So remember that. And I hope that you can do something, because we have a real problem with homeless people, and they shouldn't be ignored. So many of them love Christ. They've got a true love for Jesus Christ, and if you recognize that, you'll see why we should be loving our neighbors as ourselves, and how you should be able to see the Lord in everyone around you, not just yourself. Just stop idolizing yourselves, right? This world just wants you to care about numero uno, and that's it, right? We've got a lot to be thankful for, of course. How many people are living in mansions right now and don't have a real relationship with Christ? You've got homeless people out in Santa Monica who have a good relationship with the Lord, and who are rich in spirit, and they've got something that money can't buy. You've got people in mansions who have all kinds of monetary wealth and all sorts of things, but they don't have a real relationship with Christ. And they don't have that peace and that joy that only the Holy Spirit can give you. And that is something that's priceless. So just remember that, because because anything can happen. We can all be on a level playing field at any given moment, you know? And we should thank God for where we are, but strengthen your relationship with Christ, and and just know that He loves us and He wants us to build a relationship with Him, and not just go to church, and especially this time of year. We've got people who, they'll dip in and out of church and feel like they've done something good, you know. But it's not enough. You've got to form a real relationship with Jesus Christ, and that takes some time, and it takes some dedication. But it's also something that once you start doing, you're not going to want to stop because it's so meaningful. And the Holy Spirit led me to do something very different yesterday. When I was in Santa Monica, I was talking to a lot of homeless people, and it was amazing how many of them had a real relationship with Christ. It blew my mind, and a lot of these conversations I was having, so many of them weren't even on camera, it was surprising. And then today here I'm in this a beautiful location right here. It's the Malibu Pier, and it's a very different vibe. Okay, and you don't see a lot of homeless people hanging out, and and I'm sure I'm gonna start asking people about their relationship with Christ. I'm impressed with the fact that there are a lot of homeless people out there who are absolutely rich in spirit because they've got Jesus Christ in their heart. And so next time you're walking around and you see a homeless person, why don't you actually have a conversation with them and talk about Jesus Christ, and see where that leads you. Because He's our shepherd, and today I'm wearing a cowboy hat, and I'm gonna wrangle the sheep for the Lord. I'm gonna guide them to Jesus, and let the Holy Spirit take over from there. But anyway, I'm gonna end this one right now. It's a little chilly. I'm gonna try and warm up, but I really do hope that you understand that relationship with Christ is truly a game changer, and it is better to be rich in spirit, because it's true. The Holy Spirit gives you a peace and a joy that you cannot buy. And there are homeless people with nothing, and yet they have that peace and that joy. Just remember that. Because the Lord is amazing how He works. And I never did that before, by the way. He just kind of led me to talk to Him for the first time ever. I know because a couple of them talked to me and they told me that I made them feel good, but honestly, it made me feel really, really good. And I thanked God for that encounter, those many encounters that I had, because it changed everything for me. It opened up my heart, and my spirit is so much more enriched because of it. And it's not, it's not all perfect. There are a couple encounters. I'm like, I had to pray a little bit, but because unfortunately a lot of these people have, some of them have severe mental issues, and some of them have to do with drugs, and so yeah, not every conversation you're going to have with the homeless are going to be okay, because a lot of them are having issues with those things, but it's still really important for you to treat them like they exist, because they do, and they are God's children just like we are. And we're some of us are really blessed where we are, wherever the Lord has positioned you, and but like that one guy that I talked to yesterday, if you haven't had a chance to take a look at my live from yesterday, go ahead and look at it. There is a one man who said he was a prophet, and he had a sincere love for Christ, and he had nothing, and yet, if you would have seen his face and his smile, you could see Christ in him. So just remember that. Love your neighbors as yourself, and walk the walk with Christ. Don't just dip in and out of church on holidays, or an hour a week, because it's he requires more, and we have to we've got to give our hearts and our minds and our strength to loving the Lord. And once you do that, once you start making those changes, you'll see. But I encourage you to start a real relationship with Christ. Anyway, so enjoy your day wherever you are, and I hope you have I hope you find a way to talk to some people out there, some homeless people who you might have otherwise ignored, and start a conversation about Christ. Why not? That was an eye-opener for me, just to see how many homeless people actually reach Spirit. That was amazing. So, anyway, I'll check in with you guys later on, whatever the Holy Spirit leads me to do. All right, have a great day.